Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss about another very important property of CSS, that is background attachment. So we will discuss what is background attachment, why do we need it, how we can utilize it in order to set the image for scrollable behavior. Okay. But before we start the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because learning about this background attachment needs a prerequisites, like you should know about background image, you should know about background repeat, background position, because these all things we are going to use in order to understand in order to explain or demonstrate the background attachment. Okay, so I think agenda is clear, like what we are going to learn in this session. Now I'll show you the code. Here you can see the code is very simple and straightforward. I have just noted down the title in the head section, and there is one heading showing CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. So now what I will do here, I'll just quickly save this code and refresh my browser. So you can see CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit has been printed on the browser. What next? Now I'll just put one more heading here just to show you the topic of today's topic name. Okay, so here I'll write H2 and topic name is background attachment property of CSS. So this is our main head topic today's. This is the main topic for today. Okay, fine. Now as per the requirement, we will firstly start with the definition itself, because before learning about anything you should know about the definition, right? So we will start with the definition itself, like what is background attachment property. Okay, so if someone asks you, so you can simply say that background attachment property in CSS controls how a background image behave when the user scrolls the page. Okay, because whenever we scroll the page, there are some behavior from there's some behavior from the image side, that sometime it scrolls, sometime it got fixed. So what is the property that controls this behavior? So background attachment is the property that controls the behavior of how a background image behaves when the user scrolls the page. I think definition is clear, that this is just a property that controls how the image should behave when the user scroll the page. But how we can apply this property? So to apply this property, first of all we need one image. So I will attach it. Okay, here I will attach, but don't think that background attachment is for attaching the image. No, there is a separate property which is background image, which we have already discussed in last session, right? So here what we will do, firstly we will use background image to add the image, then we will use few more properties. I'll explain you, and then we will understand the concept of background attachment. Okay, so let's move to the code. Here I'm going to use internal CSS. It is up to you, like if you want to use external CSS, that is also fine, but here in this case I'm going to use internal CSS because I want to keep both HTML and CSS on the same page, so that it would be much more easier for you to see and understand the code. Now as we know that we need one image, so here you can see there is one image with the name tiger.webp. So this is the same image I'm going to use for this session also. So in order to attach this image, what we will do, we will include here style tag. So just simply go here and type style. Okay, and in this style tag we will apply body. We will write body. In body we will simply write here the background image, and in this image we will use URL, and for URL we will put the name of the image. In case if your image is in different location, but because for me the image is in the same folder, so I can directly write here the name of the image with its extension tiger.webp. But in case if your image is in different folder, you can simply pass the path of the file. So you can simply right click here and you can copy it from here, so it will give you the path. Okay, it should look like this. Okay, fine. But in your case it should be as per your image in your folder. All right, but in our this session, like I'm going to use the same image which is present in the same folder, so there is no need to provide the path. I have just included the image. Let's save it and refresh the browser. So once you refresh the browser, you can see now the image is repeated multiple times. Why? Because the by default background repeat is set as repeat. So that's why it is repeating multiple times. But let's say if you don't want to repeat it multiple times, so what you can do here, you can simply write here background, not color. You can write background repeat, and here we will pass no repeat. Those who have already watched this session, they can easily use it, right? So now you can see the image is not repeating. Perfect. All right. So now one more thing I want to do here. I want to show this image in the right top. So for that, I will use background position. So simply go here, search for background position and apply here top right. Perfect. Save it and refresh it. So once you refresh it, you will see that heading is coming in the left side and the image is coming in the right side. Okay. Now we will talk about the main topic, which is background attachment, because so far we have just used the image. We have just included the image. Now to understand the background attachment, we need one paragraph, because once we add the paragraph, then only we will be able to see the scroll bar, right? So for that, let's add the paragraph here. So I'll simply write one paragraph here. Okay. And in this paragraph, we will put the text. So just to save my time, I'll simply copy this text from here and I'll paste it here. We'll just add one break tag here so that it looks good on the screen on the browser. So I'll just edit this break tag on the required place. Now you can save it and refresh it, but still you can see there is no scroll bar. Why? Because the length of this content is not enough to invoke the scroll bar. So what we will do now, although like there are multiple ways to do this, but for this example, for this sample program purpose, what I will do, I will increase the height of this paragraph. So I can write here style, then I'll select the height. In height, we will write the 900 pixels. Okay, then you can save it and refresh it. Perfect. So now you can see image is here, content is here, scroll bar is also here. So when I scroll this image, when I scroll this page, you can see content and image both thing is scrolling top. Okay. So this is the by default background attachment value, that in this case both thing will be scrollable. Okay, so now this is clear that if you go here for the background attachment and select scroll, so this is the fixed this is the default value. So if you scroll it, it will scroll with the content. But let's say someone from you want to create a project where you don't want to scroll the image along with the content. So in that situation, you just need to write here another value which is fixed. In case of fixed, it will not scroll your image along with content. So now if I scroll the image, if I scroll the web page, you can see content is scrolling, but the image is fixed. Content is scrolling, right? You can see the heading is moving toward top side, right? But the image remains fixed. So this is the advantage of background attachment. So if you want to fix your attachment or your image or your attached image, then in that case you can use this background attachment property. Okay, there are other values also that maybe you can explore later, because just for time being I'm going to show you the important things first, because there are many things, right? If we follow each and everything in a deep way, then it would take more time, right? So that's why I'm just showing you the important one. Like the fixed is the most commonly used property value for this. Then we have local And then we have scroll. Inherit means like if you are using it in a child parent structure, so it will copy the features from the parent. Okay, property, it will copy the property from the parent structure. Okay, then unset is there, initial is there, but for now we just discussed about the fixed and scroll. Scroll is the default one and fixed is the new one. Not new one means the one which help us to retain the image while scrolling. Okay, so yeah, I think now we are good to wind up this session, and in this session we just discuss how to attach how to use background attachment property with CSS. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.